meeting of RIOC, you said that you thought that your team was a good, and the island was a good opportunity for a case study in community policing. That's a good idea. Are you doing anything about that? You also mentioned that you have recent college graduates from John Jay,
yes,
who are familiar with case studies. Are you doing anything about that so as to ensure the kind of success you're having now will continue after you retire?
you know, part of it, there are several questions and several answers. You know, we try to be as customer friendly as we can. That doesn't always happen, and I've encouraged folks here to let me know if they've been disrespected in any way. I know there have been instances where folks have come into public safety and not felt comfortable. That's why Lynda and I spend a lot of time out in front of the desk. We can't be there all the time. You know, we're trying to, these are, like Lynda spoke about, teachable moments. You know, it's like ongoing. I did speak to the rookies about their experiences. I gave them a homework assignment to Google community policing and see what they came back with. You know, some of them didn't have to Google it because they had been given so much coursework on it. You know, we encourage respect, patience, and caring. And we have you know, some of the discussion at the last meeting was about the elderly, who we have a particularly good relationship with. You know, I think where we, you know, one of the things that I think that maybe we could do that we really haven't done is efforts with the Public Safety Committee and PSD and do something together, which I think would go a long way. There's very little we won't do for the folks that live here. Now, and that's not 100% every day by every officer, but you know, there's very little that goes on here that everybody doesn't know about. You know, and I looked at some of the things that you had sent through email. One of them was something that was being done up in Boston. You know, we do a lot of reading, and you know, we just the fact about our recent involvement in the sports program on the island. It started out with myself, and now there are 3 of us involved. You know, like Officer Lascheck will go to the community, the youth center with the kids on Saturday night after coaching their basketball teams. And I envision more involvement from some of the other officers. You know, they don't have to have a background in sports. You know, there's just, you know, there's always an available spot for an assistant. So we're constantly looking for ways that we can remain in good service to the community. And, you know, we're open to suggestions.
And it's not always about enforcement either. And we've had contact with individuals on the island where we have used other resources other than law enforcement or enforcement, and we've reached out to other public service resources to get help for individuals that we felt needed it or were in need. And it wasn't always about calling the NYPD, it was maybe about calling HRA, just to give an example, without, you know, keeping with people's privacies. But reaching out to social services and getting people help with different things, whether it be through the Department of Aging and or social services. So we've done that too. And so our officers have done that, and you know, and it's good to see them having that contact and recognizing those folks that are in need or in crisis, and not, you know, not being about enforcement, and about like what can we do to get them help, and they've done it.
And the turnover that we've had just in the almost 2 years I've been here, it has to be at least half of the force. And you know, we did more recruiting right out of John Jay. So, like I was saying at the other meeting, you know, a college degree is a college degree, but at least it shows some desire to improve oneself on the part of these folks that we're recruiting. Some of them are just a year or so out of school, so they're very moldable, if that is such a word. But if there's something that you think we should be doing that you'd like to put out on the table, you know, we're happy to
And
listen to
I
it.
think with Monica, you and Aaron brought up last week, your perception of one of the officers with the sunglasses, and we address that. Like we take, you know, we take these.
I haven't seen them.
Because he's not here anymore.
Oh,
Didn't exactly work out. So we took it back and we said, listen, your perception is, you know,
Sorry.
of what people see is not, you know.
Right.
So take the sunglasses off. Right. Take the sunglasses off. You know, so
You know,
it's a different story.
No, I know what we're talking about.
So.
one of the things that
So they
bothers
listen, in other words, and then it didn't. I mean,
Didn't work out, but we listened to what your, you know, your critiques, and you know, we don't take
I
this
appreciate your
criticism.
transparency.
We don't take them as criticism. We take them as critiques.
Well, you know, one of the worst things that I can hear is somebody, and I spoke to a woman one day who was almost in tears about the way she was treated at the desk. And, you know, I didn't delegate the responsibility for somebody else to speak to the officer. I did. And I said, you know how much damage that you just did? And it's not just, certainly the feelings of the woman that was offended, but it's all the folks that she speaks to. You think she's going to have anything good to say about public safety? Stuff like that. It really rubs me the wrong way when somebody is verbally abusive, inattentive, dismissive. And it happens. I know it does. And and when we know about it, we address it.